Hi, hello everyone. My name's Katie Gilmer. I am the Operations Director from Clarity Accounting, and we are doing something a wee bit different. We are starting a new series of conversations with Clarity. We're going to be talking to a range of people from clients and partners that we work with, and just people that we find just good people and interesting people. And we're just going to have a chat about their journey and how we know each other. And hopefully, you'll find it interesting. And our very first guest as part of this series is the amazing Lucy Pearce of Ginger Cow Scotland. And Lucy is one of our clients. She's someone that we've really clicked with. She's on a very exciting journey, and we're just going to have a chat about that and what our plans are for the future. So, hi, Lucy. Thanks for agreeing to this.
Hi, thank you so much for having me on. How exciting.
I know, totally out of my comfort zone, I'll be honest. But I like to talk, and so do you. So I think we'll be fine.
We
Um,
will be absolutely fine. We both love it. Love a chat.
So your company is Ginger Cow Scotland Limited, and I think the first thing we have to talk about is the name. It is amazing, first of all. We were at an event recently, and that was all everybody could talk about was that's what a great name for a company. I suppose first of all, where did the name come from, and what is it that you do?
So yeah, Ginger Cow is a marketing agency, but specialising in social media and content creation. And when we were kind of exploring what kind of brand we wanted to be ourselves, it's a bit of a journey. You're so good at doing it for everyone else, but actually when you have to look at yourself, it's a process. So we wanted to come up with a name that reflected who we are, and that was memorable. So we came up with the name Ginger Cow. We work with a lot of Scottish brands, so it does lend itself quite well to kind of a nod to Scottish humour. We want to work with bold and exciting brands as well. And I think if you can't put your money where your mouth is and do it yourself, then you're not off to a great start. So that's where Ginger Cow came from.
Oh, great. No, it's fantastic. And obviously, you've been through quite a bit of change. So, you were based in London, worked in London, built your career in London, and then you've moved just recently back to Scotland. So, obviously, starting a new business is a big challenge. Moving country is a big challenge. But I suppose tell us a wee bit about the journey from, building your career, moving, the career in London, which I imagine being in London and marketing in your 20s must be amazing. And then moving on to your own company and moving to Scotland.
Yeah, sure. So, yeah, I've been in advertising for 14 years in total now. And yeah, started the foundations of my career down in the Big Smoke in London, working for big advertising agencies. So, it is very exciting, in the bright lights of London, and got to work on some amazing agencies and on amazing brands. So the likes of like Unilever, Morrison's Supermarket back in the kind of Ant and Dec days, Britain's Got Talent sponsorship, Saturday Night Takeaway. And I was involved in actually the TV production side of it, and like
Ah,
the creative development of all the ideas. So that was really, really brilliant fun and really good grounding on both production. So, the big Christmas TV ads, how to do production, especially for food and drink as well, very specific. Lots of big kind of legislation as well around all that kind of stuff. If you're working on Morrison Supermarket, there's lots of advertising standards and lots of kind of red tape around things that you need to be aware of for consumers and things like that. So that was really brilliant, brilliant
I
grounding.
suppose we don't see that at our side. We just think this is an amazing advert. We don't think of all the work that goes into it in the background.
Oh, yeah, no, and all the red tape as well, it's hilarious. If I remember we once had a TV ad for Christmas, and we had to get the number of mince pies cleared by the Advertising Standards Authority of how many Ant and Dec had in their hands to make sure it didn't look like overconsumption, you know.
Oh,
So
wow.
there's all these things that you don't think about, you know, if you've got a glass of wine, you know, what's the alcohol legislations around that. So there's so
Yes.
many things that you need to be aware of that you just, as a consumer, you'd never think
No.
of. And that's the beauty of good advertising. You don't want people to know how much is actually behind it. You just want them to enjoy the moment, enjoy
Yeah.
the final outfit. But yeah, that was amazing grounding. And I also worked on Unilever, which obviously is a global brand. So we did lots of campaigns around international that involved international strategy. So, you know, how can a Tresemme ad that you're creating for the UK, how does that translate in different markets? You know, and there's a lot of strategy for that as well. So that was amazing grounding. It did take a long time, you know, all these kind of adverts take months to make for TV, you know, sometimes years actually. Worked on some that actually took years to create. So, you know, by the time it goes out, it's like, God, I've been working on that for forever. But the I kind of decided at the time, after a few years of doing that, I was ready for a bit of a shift, a bit of a kind of faster pace. And I was asked to go over to Lad Bible just when they were starting out, which was really, really exciting. So I was the first female that was brought into their creative agency to set that up.
Yeah.
They were a publisher first and foremost, and they had a super engaged audience of young people, and lots of brands started coming to them and said, you guys really know how to speak to young people, how to engage with young people on social media. We want in on this. We want to do the same, you know. So we
That's
work with
amazing.
those brands to help them craft social media campaigns that actually felt authentic and kind of keeping with the platform trends that we were seeing as a first and foremost a publisher. So we got to work with some amazing brands there, Disney, Netflix,
That's
Domino's,
big names.
Diageo, yeah, Guinness. So it was just fantastic. And then after that, I spent a few years freelancing and consulting. So I set up an influencer agency down in London, and I also was part of the team who launched Co-op Live recently. So looking at Co-op, their proposition as, you know, a food brand, but also they do insurance and funeral care. And then they went to open Co-op Live, which is the biggest entertainment venue in the UK. So it was really great to be part of the team that was crafting the social media strategy around that. But when I moved back to Scotland last year, it was a big change, but I was definitely ready for it and ready to work with a bit more of a mix of clients of different kind of levels, you know, taking all that learning from the international brands, the TV side of things, the social media, but for the global brands, actually, how do you package that up and make that a service that you can offer to all level of brands? Because all the learnings, all the insights are all still the same. At the end of the day, these brands just want to connect with people, and that's what we're kind of offering through Ginger Cow in Scotland. So yeah, it's been a bit of a journey to get here.
Yeah.
But
A lot happening, you know, moving obviously back to Scotland and starting a new company. And so what are your core services? So, you know, when I think of marketing and social media and everything, it's such a lot. Is there a sort of speciality, or do you offer the sort of whole range? What's your sort of key, I suppose, target, and who are your ideal clients? Is there a particular sector you're interested in, or?
yeah, so I mean, the core services that we offer are mainly social media content creation. However, we do have expertise in wider marketing strategy, so we can help brands with that, with their kind of brand positioning, overall marketing strategy, but the core service is social media content creation. So we have a team of videographers, photographers to make content. We do creative development, so actually looking at, we can make the shiny content and the content that really engages audiences, but what's the strategy behind that? What does that ladder up to? And that's really, really important for brands to be thinking about that, to make sure that whatever they're doing from a marketing point of view ties into their overall kind of brand and company goals and missions. So we can help with that. So yeah, as I said, very, very strategic
Yeah.
and content creation as well. And we also do influencer campaigns.
Oh, okay.
And
So, yeah, I mean, that seems to be the big thing there, isn't it? It's, I'm obviously older, so it's kind of new to me, but when I look at my daughter, she's in her 20s, and, it's mostly, it's not movie stars and pop stars like when I was young that she follows, it's all influencers, and
yeah.
that's definitely the way we get a few influencer clients, and, they're absolutely smashing it, and, it's just, yeah, it's a new world.
It really is a new world, and I think people like to engage with people who they find are authentic and as someone that is relatable to them.
Mhm.
And that's why the kind of influencer world does so well. People follow people that are
Yeah.
quite often like-minded, often aspirational people, but
Yeah.
people that they can see a little bit of themselves in or the person that they want to be in them. And I think that's why the
It
influencer
works.
world is
Yeah, I
so
suppose that's true.
strong.
It's, as I was saying, you can't be what you can't see. So,
Yeah,
if you see people, doing well and you see that aspirational thing, so that
yeah,
absolutely makes sense. So
definitely.
is there a particular area that you're interested in sort of evolving into in terms of industry or sector or that kind of thing?
Yeah, we do have a lot of brands in food and drink and travel and
Ah, okay.
tourism, and there's so many amazing brands, especially here in Scotland, actually in the food and drink industry.
Oh, yeah.
So we do have that kind of sector as a core sector. However, we do also work with brands in kind of health and wellness. We've got some industrial, beauty. So we aren't exclusive at all. I think for us, we want to work with brands who want to connect with people. And,
Yeah,
if they want to do that in interesting and fun ways, then we're definitely up for having a chat to see if we'd be a good fit.
that's amazing. And obviously still fairly new, but growing quickly. What are your sort of plans for the next, couple of years and beyond? Do you see yourself expanding, within Glasgow and beyond, or Scotland and beyond? Sorry.
Yeah, definitely. We're definitely on a growth journey just now, which is really, really exciting. This is coming to the end of year one. Can you believe that?
Amazing.
But yeah, we've got plans to grow the internal team first and foremost. So, from a production point of view, more content resource,
Okay.
from videographers to photographers. We're growing out that team, the design team, in-house social media strategists are coming. So yeah, internally, we're definitely making sure that we've got the right team of experts with the right experience on
Amazing.
our team. We want to have the A team, so that's number one.
Brilliant.
Um,
Yes.
but yeah, we're working on some really exciting projects as well. So we've got some clients up in the North Coast 500, so
Yes.
expanding our offering and feet on the ground in the kind of Highlands and Islands area, so that we can be agile, and we can have feet on the ground near clients. We want to feel
Yeah.
like we're part of a client's team. We don't want to feel like we're just popping up here and there. We want to
Yeah.
really get under the skin of our brands and get to know them. And I think there is a lot of value in having some face time. So
That's
we're
amazing.
doing that, and we've got some really exciting campaigns, coming out over the next 6 months. Obviously, just now at the time of filming this, Christmas is coming.
Of
So we've
course.
been doing a lot of content shoots recently, just showcasing our clients' Christmas offerings. We've been shooting this week some cocktail videos and
Oh, very
recipe videos
nice.
and gift packs for one of our clients. So that's been hard to restrain ourselves from drinking the cocktails whilst working, but we've managed.
Very good willpower there. That's great. So obviously we know each other because you're accountants and you came to us, obviously looking when you started the new firm. And I think for us, we love seeing the journeys. We love seeing, businesses grow and everything that entails. But from your perspective, what would you say how important do you think it is to have that sort of grasp on your finances and have that support in the background, someone supporting you on the financial side?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's so important to have a good accountant. I think my experience of Clarity is so much more than support just on the financial side. It really does feel like a whole kind of community that's been unlocked with working with you guys, you know, since our very first meeting. For me personally, I didn't know anyone really in the industry, in the business world, and on the Glasgow scene when I moved back from being in London for all that time. Um, but being introduced to you guys unlocked a whole new world for me. You're very active in the kind of Glasgow scene
Yeah.
for networking events, and you're very, very open and you bring people along on the journey as well. And it's very clear that you want us, your clients, to succeed financially, of course, but you know, in other ways too, and through relationship building. So that's the first thing. I think it's more than just finances for me with you guys. The finance side of things, we'll be honest, I don't love finances. You know, I do tend to shy away from them. I've had some really bad experiences in the past where you just feel like you're just a number, you know, you're getting emails through that you're not expecting with costs that you're not expecting. And I feel like, you know, those experiences then kind of put me on edge when it comes to finances because
Yeah.
I didn't feel in control. And I think over the past year, I've completely changed since my approach to finances since I started working with you guys, because I feel so much more in control of what I'm doing because you've taken the fear away. You know, it's not a scary thing coming to you guys. It's not a scary thing phoning up your accountant and asking a question, you know, and
Yeah.
which I do quite a lot. So sorry about that.
Yeah,
But
that's what we're here for. That's what we're here
but it's Lucy from Ginger Cow again.
for.
But you know, it doesn't feel scary, you know, and the all the kind of systems that you guys have in place are so user friendly and easy to use that, you know, even if you've not got long to check up on your finances or send an invoice, you can do it literally within clicks of a button, which is so great. As a busy business owner, I don't want to be going into, like, you know, really complex
Yeah.
spreadsheets or you know, systems, and all your systems are so straightforward. You know, if I have any expenses, I can take a picture of them and submit them via an app, or email. You know, it's just really easy to stay on top of it. And you guys are so good at checking in as well. So, you know, I'll have my regular monthly emails from Marcus just with updates where everything's at. If I want anything in between, I just reach out to you or check my dashboard. It's super simple. And I really feel like now, having that kind of grasp on my finances, I can make better business decisions now. So, you know, if I need to invest in equipment or book a shoot or, you know, any of these things, I'm so clear on how's the best way to spend my money,
Yeah.
my finances. So yeah, no, it's great.
You know, it's a story we hear a lot is that people come to us and is that fear, or the surprise email with the either big bill or big tax bill or something that they didn't expect. And I just kind of think it shouldn't be like that. You know, there shouldn't be any surprises. It's like, you know, we couldn't do what you do. So we would come to you for expertise for that kind of thing. You know, people come to us because we can make their life easier, and we need to do that. That's
Yeah.
so it's kind of that's you know do what it says on the tin kind of thing.
Yeah, you do make it so much easier, and you're so welcoming as well. Like, you know, I actually love coming into your place for meetings and getting a cup of coffee and having a chat, you know, and it's such a nice environment to be around. It's not scary, it's welcoming, and feels really kind of
I know we're very
reassuring.
lucky. We've got a great team, which helps, and we try and sort of foster that. You know, with anybody that we hire, they've got to be like us. Okay, so
Yeah,
it
you
works.
you you can totally tell that you've got that company
Yeah.
culture at all levels, you know, from who's on reception to who's popping in with, cups of tea to you
Yeah.
guys, and it's so clear that there's such a nice vibe, and everyone's happy.
No, we're very proud of that. I think the key thing is we're proud of our clients as well, to see like yourself and other clients grow and thrive. I mean, that's what it's all about at the end of the day. If you guys do well, we do well. So it helps us all,
Yeah, no,
I think.
definitely. And like
So,
you're so up for like celebrating success, and you feel
oh,
that, if you phone up and say, I've got a new client, or setting up someone else for
so
in-person.
excited.
And it's nice as well when you're a kind of small business owner and you have a small team internally to have people that do share those wins with you as a business owner is really lovely.
Yeah, no, I know, absolutely. And we're a small team as well. So we kind of, we're the same. We're a small business and we need that support network as well. So if we need it, we know that other people need it as well.
Yeah,
So we're all in it together.
yeah.
Um, so moving away from finances and things, what would you say your biggest challenge has been with Ginger Cow?
I would say my biggest challenge with Ginger Cow Scotland has been starting from scratch.
Yeah,
Moving back from London where all my network and resources were down south, to come back and actually start almost from the beginning again,
yeah,
has been a challenge. But meeting people like yourself who invite you along to networking events, who are very much in that world, has been game changing for me and my business.
oh, I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad to hear it. And what advice would you give to somebody who was wanting to start a new business?
Advice for someone that wants to start their new business. That's a good question. Um, I think like fall in love with the problem that you're solving, and
Mhm.
not just what you're selling all the time, like hardcore selling. And I think for us, like we are solving a critical problem in today's digital world, like bridging the gap between brands and real human connection. I think today, in today's world, the landscape's very, very much crowded with content, and brands often to struggle to resonate really authentically with audiences. And that's where we come in, and that's what we really love doing.
Yeah, that's amazing. Well, thank you, Lucy. I could talk all day, as you know, but I'm sure people don't want to listen to us rambling on for hours and hours. But it's been so interesting, and I've absolutely loved seeing your journey over the last year. Can't wait to see what the next year brings and beyond. And I've got no doubt be seeing great things come from Ginger Cow.
Thank you so much for having me on, Katie. It's been so fun and great to chat. And thank you again for all your support. It's been so,
Well,
so valuable.
you're so welcome. Thanks, Lucy.
Thanks
Take
so
care.
much. Bye.
Bye.